This is Mumbai's primary visual contradiction. In the foreground, sprawling, densely packed settlements. In the background, modern skyscrapers rise directly out of the skyline. Just blocks away, the Antilia residence stands as a 27-story private tower, defined by cantilevered floors that command the horizon for a single family. This proximity of extreme wealth and extreme density creates a volatile rental market. In some neighborhoods, base rents of 3,000 rupees can climb to 5,000 in months, leaving residents in a constant state of displacement. We will climb this rental ladder beat by beat, from 3,000 rupees to 12 lakhs a month, to see exactly how the living experience changes when the budget scales by 40,000%. Mumbai's rental market functions as a price list for basic human necessities. As the cost of entry rises, the property stops being about a roof and starts being about the acquisition of specific physical rights. We can map this as a hierarchy of access. At the 3,000 rupee level, you are paying for survival. At 30,000, you pay for dignity. At 4 lakhs, the focus shifts to status, eventually peaking at 12 lakhs for absolute exclusivity. But this isn't a standard property tour. It is a dissection of how the world's most crowded market puts a price tag on the fundamentals of human existence. At the 3,000 rupee tier in Dharavi, the address begins in these alleyways. They are narrow, weathered, and often serve as the only ventilation for the homes lining them. Inside, the living space is reduced to a 5-foot radius. This is the singular footprint where an entire family is expected to exist. Because the square footage is so limited, domestic functions have to overlap. The area used for sleeping at night is the exact same floor space used for cooking and eating during the day. There is one critical function, however, that cannot fit in this space: a private bathroom. At this survival tier, sanitation is externalized. Residents walk 100 meters to a public facility and pay a 2 rupee toll for every use. Moving to the 30,000 rupee tier in Vile Parlay represents a 10-fold increase in cost. Despite that jump, the apartment remains a completely bare, unfurnished concrete shell. You are paying for a change in security. This is evidenced by the requirement for heavy double doors at the entrance, one for airflow and one for reinforced physical protection. But the primary acquisition at this price point is the indoor bathroom. At 30,000 rupees a month, the market isn't just selling shelter, it is selling the ability to relieve yourself within your own 4 walls. At 4 lakhs a month, you enter the high-rises that loom over those older urban blocks. This tier includes marble-lined elevators and the social currency of living next to Bollywood celebrities like Hrithik Roshan. The amenities shift from indoor needs to outdoor extravagances. The rent covers private gyms, rooftop swimming pools, and rooftop football and cricket pitches. In a city this dense, the market places an immense premium on open air. A private balcony is treated as a high-value asset, comparable to luxury jewelry. The cost of simple movement is high. Every 1 foot by 1 foot square of floor space carries a valuation of roughly 50,000 rupees. This wealth creates internal segregation. Even within a private home, a separate, dedicated bathroom is included specifically for the domestic staff. At the peak of the market, 12 lakhs a month rents a heritage bungalow on the coastal peninsula. These properties are located in the immediate shadow of the Ambani residence. This 3,000 square foot property dates back to 1947. The luxury here is purely aesthetic, from kitchens that rival the size of entire lower-tier flats to golden hardware on the plumbing fixtures. The home features chill-out zones, vast furnished areas with no defined utility other than to provide a place to sit. In this final tier, the concept of utility disappears entirely. A 12 lakh rent isn't about finding a place to sleep. It's about the ability to occupy space that doesn't actually need to be used. We've tracked the transition from a basic roof to a private toilet, open air, and finally legacy. The result, a line staying flat before spiking into an exponential curve. This colored area illustrates a monopoly on comfort that the bottom can never access. Mumbai is not a local outlier. It is a preview of the global urban future, where wealth inequality is measured in cubic centimeters. When density reaches this level, those with capital don't just buy better goods, they occupy the physical buffers of privacy that used to be a standard part of domestic life. As global cities continue to crowd, Mumbai stands as a data point for what happens when the most basic elements of human existence, privacy and room to breathe, are fully converted into high-yield commodities.